All right. Nappy Boy Radio Live.
This nigga.
All right.
Nappy boy.
All right, let's go ahead and count it in. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Welcome to another episode of the Nerds of Combat VR Talk Show. We talk about everything nerd related, whether it's comic books, anime, TV shows, video games, all that good shit. We are adult friendly zone where we can say whatever the fuck we want, just not when the fuck we want it, because you got to raise your goddamn hand. I am your host, Static, along with my co-host to the right here.
What's up, everybody? It's Doug. Glad to be back.
And my other co-host here to the left.
What up? What up? Moji, so dope.
You pick up our microphones just in case we forgot.
But I did. Actually.
But yeah, we got some topics we're gonna talk about with you guys today. First thing we're gonna go over is the Flash trailer. Hopefully you guys did your homework and everything like that on watching the trailer. The whole world should have seen it by now, considering that it was in the Super Bowl. We're also gonna talk about Justice League crossover with RWBY, which is gonna be an interesting topic. We got some information on X-Men 97 that we're going to go over. The Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer. We got an update on the Ahsoka series. And at the end is an open Q&A where we'll pretty much, you guys are free to ask us any questions that you have for us in general. Like, it could be anything as long as we can all answer it. Now, we're going to start off with the heavy hitter real quick. Flash trailer. The thing with the Flash trailer is the fact that they're gonna suck everybody in with Michael Keaton. That's the ploy right there. That is that is the key to that movie right there. Because I do remember us going over, having the show a couple weeks ago. Well, maybe about 2 months ago when we had one of the shows. They had mentioned they had cut a lot of Michael Keaton's parts. And then now that we see people saying that they're not going to support Ezra Miller, they're like, let's go ahead and put Michael Keaton back up in there and see they will support Michael Keaton instead. Yeah. I feel like that's what's going on with that. And the bad thing about it is, like, these motherfuckers going to have me see it. I don't want to do it, but I got to see it. I got to see my Batman. I got to see what they do with him, man.
I mean, I feel you. The Michael Keaton thing is definitely a tick at us to try to get us to come and see a movie that obviously over the last year or so we've been given enough reason to not. Yeah. But after seeing that goddamn trailer, I mean, Michael Keaton aside, bro, that shit looks incredible.
It does. It does. Like, it looks like they did proper CGI. Like, man. Like, you can tell it was postponed for a reason at this point. Like, not just because of Ezra's antics, but
yeah. The thing that gets me is the separation from the Zack Snyderverse thing, and it's like that's where, like, Michael Keaton aside, I feel like it's gonna make me just want more of that universe because obviously they showed the Ben Affleck version of Batman, and they're obviously in that universe, so it's just like, damn, this is really like it. I'm probably gonna want more after seeing this shit.
Well, we're gonna get more James Gunn shit. Apparently. He's like, no, but Snyder back. What about you, Moji? What you got on that, man?
Michael Keaton doesn't really move me. Doesn't move the needle for me, so that's whatever. But it's just terrible timing, unfortunately. Like I was telling P-Dub and some other folks the other day, because this movie had to get delayed and stuff, because, like you said, of Ezra's tactics and just kind of like everything that took place during the production of the movie. Now it's like the end of the Snyderverse, end of the DCU as it was before, and this movie is like 3 years late, but it still looks awesome as fuck. the Flash has always been one of my favorite superheroes, so I'm very much looking forward to this movie and think it'll be good in a lot of spots. But it's just weird because like it's it almost seems like it's for nothing at this point.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's 3 years too late, and who knows? This movie could have been the one to actually save the Snyderverse and DC as a whole before
Right.
getting this massive fucking reboot. Um,
But
I'm not gonna
I
lie,
will
I
also
thought
say,
Black Adam was gonna do it, but we saw how that played out.
yeah, same,
Even though I enjoyed the
same. But
movie,
Thoroughly.
yeah, y- yeah. But moving forward, like if you told me there was gonna be another Flash movie under
mhm,
James Gunn's direction, I'm all aboard. Like
because of the goofiness
I'm
that
very
goes with
confident in
Flash.
James. Well, I mean, I'm just very confident in James Gunn as a producer and a director at this point. So
Mhm.
I'm saying let's see all what he has to offer for the DC projects, and I think they'll be pretty good.
Gonna have Barry Allen dancing in the fucking living room in his underwear.
Yeah. And then this is like their multiverse for the DC uh movie. So like they were showing Supergirl and who knows who else
Yeah,
might pop up in this movie. So looking forward to Easter eggs and shit.
yeah. Like and the fact that they're bringing back Zod is fucking crazy. Like to be able to see Zod in action again. Like,
Yeah.
what does this mean for Supergirl? Like, what level is this putting the Supergirl chick at? Considering
Yeah.
that the fact that you know the Superman, our Lord and Savior Henry Cavill had to fight Zod by himself, nigga, and he was able to do
Right.
it. Like, are you telling me that this new chick is gonna be on the same level as that particular Superman, or is she gonna have actual help from like the Flash and all the rest of the motherfuckers and stuff like that? Like, what's
Because
going on with that?
we did they confirm it was Kara L?
Yeah, it's Kara.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I do know in the comics they did say that Kara, she's built stronger than Clark because she's younger and her cells are more dense when it's absorbing solar energy and stuff like that. So she's her anatomy is stronger, but she doesn't utilize it to the same way that Clark does,
Mm.
which is why
But
she be getting her ass beat half the time.
it's I guess it'll be kind of weird because James Gunn said he was doing a Supergirl project, and it's the blonde Kara L.
Yeah,
Whereas in this Flash movie, she's like short hair, brunette.
she look
So I
Hispanic to
wonder
me
if they're
almost.
related.
Mm-mm.
Kinda, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, but we know that's gonna be the multiverse shit. So
Yeah,
multiverse, yay,
yeah,
do what you want. That's how it always
yeah,
turns out. Do what you want while you confuse everybody about your fucking storyline.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely for it. They are going to get my money. There's no ifs ands or buts
But yeah,
about it.
I'm.
I'm going to the theaters to see that shit.
Yep, day one for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular that y'all are expecting out of the movie itself? Like, is there like a scene that you hope to see, a certain character
Hope,
drop in that that they
hopefully.
didn't announce that pops in?
So which Flash is this? Barry Allen.
Yeah,
Hmm. I guess if like Wally took over, or who's Kid Flash?
yeah,
He's
that's
also
Wally.
Wally.
Yeah, that's Wally. Kid Flash
Yeah, just the.
starts as Wally, and then he becomes Flash himself later on. So yeah, Wally.
And then there's Impulse.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. It's Flash,
Yeah,
Kid Flash,
but
Swift, Godspeed. Yeah, there's a lot of those motherfuckers.
just the changing of the guard would be kind of cool, of
Hmm.
the Flash guard. But
Well, there's a chance that you might either get not Kid Flash, but as we seen when Barry was holding Barry up against the house or something like that, the
oh
other
yeah,
Barry
like
is wearing yellow.
yeah, yeah,
So we might get a reverse Flash out of that, maybe, possibly.
maybe. Yeah.
That'll be cool to see. It it's just the question. I mean, we know that this movie is going to is being made to not being made to do it, but like now it's in a position to where it's introducing the multiverse, and it's going to this movie is resetting just like Flashpoint did with like the comic books and the movies and
Hmm.
stuff like that. Flashpoint
Yep.
is resetting the actual universe to where it creates a new canon. So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what changes are going to be made when this happens because we know that we lost Henry Cavill. We already know that.
Mm.
Is he going to do the same thing with fucking Wonder Woman? Are we going to get rid of Gal Gadot? Please, please tell me you get rid of Gal Gadot because he hasn't denied that shit yet, which is not sitting well with me. So like, you gonna reset the whole fucking universe and still bring this sorry ass stuff in here? What you got over there? That's one of them shakes of disappointments. Nigga.
Cause I just really like, I don't know, man. I just don't really know what to expect. I'm just waiting to see something, some representation of what James Gunn is gonna do.
Also, too,
You know,
if y'all out there want to weigh in, feel free to raise your hand as well, so I can call you down here to the microphone. Um, but go ahead, but my bad.
no, just I don't really have any expectation. Just want to see a good film. But in terms of your question, like what I want to see, I would just like to see a good race scene. You know, I think we we deserve that at this point. If we're gonna get a Flash movie,
Mm,
he got to race somebody. So
yeah,
if you're saying
somebody
like
got
if
to
that
run with this
other,
motherfucker.
yeah, somebody got to run with this nigga, and like if that other version is like what are you saying? Like he's the Flashpoint version of Flash or whatever.
So Reverse Flash isn't the Flashpoint version. He's the main arch nemesis of the Flash itself. But I guess
Okay.
for cinematic movie purposes, they're changing it up to where it's another Barry instead of uh oh damn, I forgot the nigga's name. Ooh, Eobard Thawne. Instead of him, it's gonna
I
be
see
just
why
another
you ain't.
Barry probably. Yeah.
Mm.
You said what?
No, I said I see why you ain't remember the shit.
Yeah. Eobard Thawne is. Yeah, it's a doozy of a name. But
Bartholomew.
he's he's a fucking savage, bro. Like he's probably the most petty villain I've ever seen in my life. Like
Oh yeah.
he has the ability to change timelines because of his speed, but instead of like going back fixing his own mistakes or fucking winning a fight that he should have fought, like he'll purposely go back and do some shit like take Barry's favorite pair of shoes and hide them in a different timeline. Like he does shit like that just to fuck with this nigga.
That's
Or
crazy.
he'll let Barry do the cause the flashpoint, like go into the paradox and fuck up time,
Mm.
and then once he fucks up time, uh, Reverse Flash will lock the timeline so he can't fix it and be like, "Yeah, you did this." Like he
Oh
just
wow.
petty as shit. My bad, y'all. Alarm going off. Let me turn that off.
Nah,
You
you
got that,
good.
baby?
But yeah, nah, I would just like to see some sort of race scene. But I would predict that would probably be some sort of like close to end credit or like some right before the end of the movie type shit. They line up and you see the
Yeah.
niggas race or something.
And like it's funny that you said race scene. Like there's a I wish we can fucking have a projector in this motherfucker right now, man. But there's
Yeah,
a
I know.
there's a brief moment where you see uh one of the Batman. I don't know if it's one of the Batman or whoever it was, but like they were moving fast as fuck. So I don't know if they got a piece of the Speed Force for a moment or something like that. I don't know if
Mm.
y'all caught that in the trailer or not.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's like it's just like a quick fucking clip of this nigga Batman just zipping across.
Hmm. Interesting.
So yeah, but as far as like racing, like they haven't really announced any speedsters. So who can you get to run this motherfucker? You already established that this son bitch can run at the speed of light. Like you did that in
Mm-hmm.
the in the Justice League movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
But that's why it's so trash that they can't figure out the Superman shit, because obviously that's who historically has ran with the nigga, but y'all can't figure out who's gonna be
yeah.
Superman.
So I guess you're gonna have Supergirl
Supergirl?
running side by side with him.
Right.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. Anybody got any thoughts on the Flash trailer that y'all want to weigh in out there? Yeah. No. Okay. I guess we're moving on. Next is gonna be the Justice League RWBY crossover. I don't expect a lot of people to know what RWBY is, but for those of you who are Monty fans, should know who RWBY is. So RWBY was originally created by Monty and it got picked up by Rooster Teeth. You know, Monty is famous for making these 3D animated fight scenes that are just fucking epic as shit. Like he should have had a job a long time ago.
What was the name of this shit? Like Fantasy something or
Dead Fantasy.
Dead Fantasy? Yeah.
Yeah, he mixed
Crazy.
Dead or Alive and Final Fantasy characters together and did like epic fight scenes and like some kind of minor story that went with it, but more so about the fight scenes and shit and the choreography and stuff. But he had later down the line he had got picked up by Rooster Teeth, the same motherfuckers that do Red versus Blue and shit like that, to do a show called RWBY, to where he made some original characters where it's got this girl it's kind of a mix of, it's taking Grimtail characters like Red Riding Hood and shit like that and kind of merging them into an anime aspect / Final Fantasy type of thing. And I think in the first season, he ended up dying, but they continued the show still, and it kind of got watered down after that. But the fact that they're having an animated movie with both these franchises crossing over is just wild to me, because like he been working on that forever, and he's been trying to get something like that done forever. And now that he's gone, man, like it kind of sucks that he's not here to experience that and be happy about his fucking creations being brought into the DC universe. Like not necessarily brought into the DC universe, but being able to have a crossover to where like you created characters that can stand with these motherfuckers.
Right.
So
yeah, Monty was special, man. Special.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people even know about him. It's a crazy
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, if y'all don't know who he is, just go to YouTube, type in Dead Fantasy, and you'll see. You just go down the rabbit hole from there. He's got a bunch of Dead Fantasy stuff where it's a series of stuff. I forgot how many videos he did of that. Then he's got a whole bunch of stuff where it's just versus like Master Chief versus Samus or some shit like that.
Samus.
Yeah, he's got like a bunch of random versus fights that he's done. He was the OG. He was the original Death Battle motherfucker. That's who you look at. Like,
yeah.
What about you, Moji? You got anything you want to weigh on that too?
Inspiration from him.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
No, I don't think I've seen any of these videos. Maybe I have, but a long time ago. But sounds very interesting. I'm gonna check out that Dead Fantasy for sure. But I don't know anything about RWBY or any of that you just explained. So
Yeah,
what? Just kind of going in, from the outside looking in on that one.
Yeah, one of the big things about RWBY, or not even just RWBY in general, like just Monty in general, is like he knows how to make these unique ass weapons, like to go along with the fighting. So, like one of the characters has these gauntlets that because she uses her hands, like she fisticuffs, but the way she does it is every time she punches, it basically makes a shot. Like she's got like these these little double barrels on her hands, where it's like every time she punches you, it's like a shotgun coming out and shooting you. And each shot is different depending on what she throws. If she throws a jab, it's like a straight shot. If it's like an uppercut, it's a spread shot. and like she just,
Dang.
she just be giving niggas the hands, dog. It's fucking, it's crazy the weapons he comes up with, and like the scythe for the main chick, the way he has her fight with it is just ridiculous. Like it's his creativity with fighting styles is wild.
Yeah, the choreography he came up with
Yeah.
was over the top.
Yeah, so
And he's dead now.
yeah, he's dead. He died from allergic reactions. So a double up allergic reaction. I guess they went out to dinner to celebrate, and then he had an allergic reaction to the food. He got him to the hospital, and then when they gave him the medication for it, he was allergic to the fucking medication.
Mm.
Yeah, and then that doubled down on it, and they killed him. So that was unfortunate. Yeah. That sucks. Like you you go to get better for some because your allergies is acting up really bad, and then they give you some fucking penicillin or some shit like that you're allergic to instead of reading over your goddamn medical history.
Right.
That's one of the first questions they're supposed to ask you when you go into the. Are you allergic to any medications? Maybe he didn't know, but if he said he didn't know, you probably would have been a little bit more careful. Like, okay, let's try something a little bit, that has the lowest amount of allergic reactions amongst people or some shit like that. Like, I don't know, but that shit sucks. So,
How old
Was good to see
when he
that.
died?
Hmm?
How old was he when he died?
Oh, I don't know how old he was actually. Yeah, I'm not sure
Like
how old
younger,
he was. I know
older?
he's young. He's younger. Yeah, I will say that, but I don't know the exact age. He's a pretty young guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Good to see that his representation is getting picked up though.
yeah. So I don't know if it's like if there's any like family proceeds or anything like that it goes to. I don't know, but it's just awesome to see that he was able to his child has been passed on to other universes to take care of. So that'd be cool to fucking
That's
see.
dope.
I forgot when it's supposed to be released, but I'm damn sure gonna watch it, and I'm probably gonna watch it in big screen. I mean, I ain't got no other choice. I can't watch it in all space. So, so if y'all niggas want to watch it, we gonna watch it together. And if y'all want to watch it with us as well, I'll put that in the Discord to where y'all can, we can all do one big old watch party, which we do sometimes. God, I can't wait till we get a fucking projector in this goddamn thing.
I know, man.
But yeah, moving on. X-Men 97. So we got information. Well, before we move on, does anybody have anything to say about the Justice League RWBY crossover by any chance? If you do, come on down. You might want to unmute yourself too. What's going on, Motar? We can't hear you. Yeah. We can't hear you at all. Yeah, it's not. I don't know if you got.
Anything.
You might have to relog. You might have a bug or something. Yeah, relog for a second. We'll go ahead and entertain this fucking cameraman or something real quick. But is there? So my question is, with is there any particular fight that stuck out the most for Monty on that you can remember? I know it's been a minute.
Man. Yeah, I mean it's been a minute, but I mean off top, the fucking Halo Master Chief Salmon shit was just so epic, bro.
Yeah, he had Master Chief do some crazy shit. This nigga was throwing fucking warhogs and shit. This nigga throwing entire fucking Humvees.
That was a crazy fight scene, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, all the death battle, all the what'd you say, death fantasy?
Yeah, dead fantasies.
Dead fantasy. All of them shits was like Advent Children though, so it was like it's hard to not even think that any one of those, like they all were great in their own right, bro.
I think the best one for me that stuck out in my head was the one that he did where I think it was Cloud and somebody else, but they're in a warehouse going at it, and they were like jumping off of the rafters and shit like that. What up, Mozart?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got a whole bunch of people like, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, y'all? What for everybody just walked in? Welcome to the Nerds of Combat VR talk show where we talk about everything nerd related, whether it's comic books, anime, TV shows, all that good shit. Right now we're talking about Justice League and RWBY crossover. If you guys want to weigh in on any of the topics, feel free to raise your hand and we'll call you on down. All right, Motar, come on down. What you got for us, man?
Hopefully we can hear you this time.
Say something.
I gotta think. I don't know much about.
What is
My man
going on
said
with
we could do
Motar?
dubstep.
Let me check the attendees real quick. Make sure you ain't
Bro, come here.
muted on the show. No, you're good. You should be. Yeah, you're good.
I think the app fucks up sometimes. Like,
Yeah, he might have
some bugs or something. Because it was giving me problems earlier.
He did say he was having problems earlier.
Yeah.
You're having problems.
now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, Motar. You might have to try again, man.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you know
try
sign
relogging
language or
again.
something, man.
If I sign language in VR. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna move on and see if Motar can relog or fucking get his shit fixed. But X-Men 97. So we got some information released on that. For those of you that don't know what X-Men 97 is an animated series that is a continuation of the X-Men cartoon series that was in the 90s. One of my personal favorites that many of us have grown up with, at least the ones up here on this panel. I don't know about everybody out there.
Oh, yeah.
But so they gave us an update. I know we was wondering like how long they was going to do the show and whatnot. So it's starting off. It's already approved for 2 seasons. So we're getting 2 seasons of 97. Now the question is, how many episodes are those seasons going to be?
The $1 million question.
Yeah. Are we gonna be like fucking 8 episode seasons or some shit of these cartoons or something like that? With which we know good and damn well these cartoons gonna be like 25 minutes long. So I feel like, you know, 8 episodes is not gonna be acceptable.
Hell no.
Right. What the?
So
What the fuck?
oh that's me. Gotta right here taking pictures and shit. You know, I got my little cell phone right here. I had to check my
CC
Twitter.
can't put his phone away at all.
Right, dog.
Check my motherfucking Twitter, man.
Fucking Zoomer, dog. You
Look
can't,
at JC
can't
making
even focus
TikTok
on your own
videos
show.
and everything.
You can take a picture of everybody in here, man. They got all these people in here. Yeah, I had to pull my phone out. Come on down, Jim. What you got for us, Jim?
If we ever did get a pregnant Spider-Man, do you think Spider-Man would have a special maternity suit, or would the original
What?
one be able to stretch over his pregnant belly?
I would assume that he would look like Spider-Ham if that was the case. The little
Spider-Ham.
cartoon.
All right, cool. That'd be awesome.
Or they could take the
Appreciate you,
mutant
Jim.
route where he grows all those arms and shit like that, and he starts acting look like a spider.
Yeah. What the?
Peter Parker lays a bunch of fucking eggs. All right. But what are y'all expecting out of the X-Men 97 though? Like, is there something that you really want to see out of it? Like, I do want to see a good again.
Yeah. A great representation of Apocalypse.
I mean, okay. I mean, but they did it in the last season. But granted, that was like 20-something years ago. But yeah,
Exactly.
So I guess retell it. I guess.
I don't know,
give
man.
us,
I'm
like-
just saying that live action shit we just got, Ivan Ooze, was not.
That fucking garbage ass shit.
Yeah, man. They need to do something about that.
Yeah. I think I would love for them to dive in or at least attempt the Krakoa stuff, like, or at least lead up to it.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
because if you really think about it, with X-Men in general, outside of Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix, no one really knows any fucking X-Men story. He's like that, like, or care for him, or care for him. Like, so it's like, what direction do you go with this at this point? We know it's gonna be good. We know we gonna like it, but
Yeah.
what story are you gonna tell us? Like you said, you brought up Apocalypse again. I was like, okay, they finished off with Apocalypse, so bring this motherfucker back, I guess. What about you, Moji?
I forgot where the hell they stopped a long time ago, so I gotta kind of remember everything that happened. But I'm with you if they did the. What's
It
up?
ended with Apocalypse.
Okay, and then okay, but I'm with you if they do the Krakoa Arako shit. That'd be dope, and I wouldn't even mind if they had a whole X-Men versus Avengers season. Like you mentioned, 2 seasons.
Oh yes.
That second season, if it was all X-Men versus Avengers, that'd be pretty tight.
Right.
Yeah,
Yo, what's up,
that'll be
Fast?
fucking great to see. What's up, Fast?
This is off the X-Men thing. It's on the Guardians of the Galaxy. And if they had, like, instead of a raccoon, and they would have like a rat, his name would be Ratty the Killer, and he would go around eating all the bad guys' toes off and eating their toenails and stabbing them into their eyes.
Okay, all right. You tried to come up with something creative.
Interesting take on Guardians, man.
All right. Now back to X-Men '97. Go ahead and finish your point that you was trying to make.
No, that's
it.
X-Men Avengers. That's it.
Okay.
Make it happen.
Yeah. That would be fucking great to see, man. And we got Judo just got online, so he's probably gonna pop up in here. That wasn't even on my mind at first, the X-Men versus Avengers, but now that's what I want to see. Now that's what I want to see. So, I mean,
that's a good point.
You could also bring in Fantastic Four that way as well.
Yeah, you could.
Because they have a couple interactions with X-Men and stuff like that. They can go plenty of directions that we don't know about because no one cares about other shit. X-Men. I love the show growing up, but like I don't really know that many X-Men fans outside of Mark, I think.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, I think he's the only big X-Men fan I know that's like that. So
yeah, but they could even do like Civil War, but from the X-Men's perspective, because the X-Men were like trying to stay out of it and shit.
Yeah,
so it could just be like chronicles of like,
shit.
Yeah, that type of shit.
Yeah, they was probably they probably was just being petty as shit anyway, because that whole Civil War shit popped off with the Avengers and the X-Men. It was like, man, this is some fucked up shit. Why they get attention for this? And we've been fighting a real Civil War for the past, 2 decades? Like, being discriminated against. We can't go inside restaurants and shit. Like they treating us like some niggas.
Right.
So I don't blame them for like, man, we staying out of that.
Yeah. Other than that, I can't really think of what else I'd like to see. But it just reminds me that I need to go back and rewatch that series at some point.
I wonder how well it holds up, because I haven't gone back and watched it. So
yeah,
isn't it on a streaming platform though?
Yeah, it's on Disney.
I think it's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney. Okay.
Yeah. I was meaning to watch it, but I ended up watching the Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Avengers, Ultimate Avengers, some shit like that. The 2 different Avengers series they had, which were actually pretty fucking good. So, and I still haven't finished. But yeah, but that's for.
Did they do Cable?
They did do Cable. That was part of that was before It was the arc. That was the arc before Apocalypse, where they had Cable in,
Okay.
and then Bishop was coming back behind to stop Cable and kill Scott.
Damn, I really gotta rewatch that shit.
Yeah, and yeah, so Bishop kind of started off as the villain in the beginning.
Hmm. Got it.
And come to find out, he's whose kid was he again? He was Storms, and I
Who?
think he was Storms. Supposed to be. He's I forgot whose kid Bishop was supposed to be. At least in the series,
Uh,
I think it was.
damn, I haven't thought about Bishop in a minute. God damn.
I think
Not.
it was
I don't
Storm
know.
and I think it was Storm and Wolverine. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to look. I could be fucking wrong. Yeah, I have to look. I know he's somebody else's kid. I just don't fucking remember. Um, I'm actually gonna look right now. Fucking, that's just gonna bother me. Um, Bishop. Huh. Okay. His parents are unknown.
Hmm.
Yeah, his parents are unknown. But he has a sister named Shard, and obviously they
Okay.
don't know who the fuck her parents are neither.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So okay. So Bishop is a fucking orphan. All right. So we don't know shit.
Bishop. Damn.
All right.
Forgot all about him.
Yeah. Yeah. That was everybody's fucking Jared Curl wearing superhero in the 90s. All right. Now on X-Men 97, anybody else got anything they want to say on that before we pop over to the next topic?
Nope.
Drop your microphone right there. All right. Guardians Galaxy trailer. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I wasn't impressed by the trailer. There's some interesting stories in there that I wanna, I do kind of wanna, see what it leads up to, especially Rocket's background.
Yeah.
That it'd be interesting to see the shit that he went through. We already know that the movie is gonna be centered around Peter fucking trying to deal with this Grimoire that don't give a fuck about him. Uh, Everybody has some kind of dilemma that they're dealing with. I don't know. The only one that wasn't clear to me was Drax's. Like, I don't know what Drax's story is going to be in this fucking thing. Like, it looks like he was just kind of there in this, in at least from the trailer, he's just there. Because
Yeah.
he's the only one that kind of really accomplished what he set out to be, like, well, set out to do, which was to fucking kill Thanos. Thanos is dead,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. I don't know what else is going to be closed out for him. So that I don't know. Groot looks a little odd with the fucking the grown man body and the teenage head, but
Therefore, Jim.
I, obviously he out there doing work. He was fucking when he was back to back with Star Lord. He had all them fucking branches out shooting shit like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that motherfucker evidently got some rage in him. What y'all get from the Guardians trailer?
I, man, kind of almost the exact opposite of you, I guess. I thought it
Yeah.
was like epic. Again, I just was praising James Gunn earlier in the show, and this is like part of the reason why, because he can do shit like this. I know it's gonna be hilarious if we can all watch it together. That would be awesome. Just because I know it's gonna be a lot of hilarious moments and good action scenes. But to your point, I don't really know like what the main plot is about, like who's gonna be the main villain or um what all's gonna really unfold over the events of the movie. But very much looking forward to it. I think it'll be awesome. I think like the soundtrack and the production elements. James Gunn, big music head, always has classic rock songs and all of that. You know, appropriate music for the scene type shit. So I'm looking forward to the production more so than like the story per se.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, it's just with the Guardian shit. It's just more the same. Like it's the one kind of category where it's like most of the shit that I complain about Marvel that I kind of accept with Guardians, because it's like where I kind of expect for that, you know, overly comedic or satirical takes on things and shit like that. Um, where it's just kind of I don't want to say necessary, but it's like it's not frowned upon for me. So um, when I seen the trailer, like Moji said, I was kind of the exact opposite. I thought it looked dope because my expectations are never really that high for any Guardians film. I just want to see a good one. So it looked dope.
And, I mean, I think you feel that way too, because like from the get go, they let us know that it was a goofy ass movie anyway when they first came out. So it's like, so you know what you're getting.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. So outside of like some fucking doomsday death defying shit, and these niggas is like he fucking giggling and shit and cracking jokes when the whole world about to die.
Right.
Yeah. So but yeah, I understand why you have that. Why you would let this particular band of misfits slide with the goofiness, because that's what they're fucking built on anyway. So
right. And the production value, like Moji said, it just looks like it's gonna be epic as fuck. So
yeah, and just like how Moji said too, like I don't know who the main villain's going to be. Like I don't know. I don't even know if there is one, or if it's just them bickering about each other or some shit like that the whole movie. I don't fucking know. But I'm assuming that one or two things is happening that based off the trailer. Either Star-Lord ends up dying, or they just end up disbanding all together at the end of this movie.
Maybe.
Like a typical rock group.
Right.
Typical rock group. That does sound about right.
Typical band.
So, boy,
Band of brothers.
Come on down. Come on down, Steve.
Yeah, I really wanted to say this. Like, honestly, the main villain is obviously going to be the Kree. Because remember, the Skrulls are on Earth, so it's about time for the Kree to finally make their appearance. Remember that. It's obviously going to be the Kree.
You don't think that's for Secret Invasion?
No. I'm willing to bet for them this time it's going to be the Kree, at least. At least for this part. This way they can introduce the Kree to the audience and let them know who they are, even though they have been introduced before. But they can kind of get to know what they're about, because we've known very little about them throughout. Like, think about it. When was the last time you actually saw them? It was probably like maybe
when did they?
It was probably like maybe like the first part of Infinity War, maybe even Guardians 2.
I'm gonna be honest with you. How much you want to bet that we've been seeing Kree this whole goddamn time, and they just ain't said shit?
No, we have been seeing Kree shit this whole damn time, and they haven't seen it. They haven't seen it, but it's mostly gonna. But what we have seen a lot of is the Skrulls.
They've already said we've been seeing Skrulls this whole time. We do know that.
Two different Krees and Skrulls.
Yeah. We have been seeing Skrulls this whole time, and Skrulls were here because of their war with the Kree. So we've probably been seeing some Kree walking around or something like that, and they just ain't fucking told us yet.
Yes. There's definitely 100%. It's just like this is the way they can introduce it to the audience, and we know what they're about, because we know they like to do human experimentation. They like to they're scientists. They're egotistical as all hell.
I will say this though, they got fucking Samuel Jackson looking rough as shit with his Nick Fury. Like this man look rough.
Going through it,
yeah.
He been definitely lost in space. He was going through some shit out there.
Well, I don't. When was the last time we actually saw him on screen doing anything? It's been a while.
Well,
Shoot.
prior to the snap, he was in everything, but evidently that wasn't the real Nick Fury this whole time. So it
Yeah.
didn't even matter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the
right.
real Nick Fury disappeared with fucking Captain Marvel when she went off planet the first time back in the day.
That's true. I forgot that.
Yep.
But again, we don't know. And and as far as for Drax, this I think is going to be Dave Bautista's last movie because he said he doesn't want to do another Guardians film. He doesn't want to do this silly character.
Yeah.
So if anyone does feel like somebody is going to die, it's going to be Drax. It's most likely Drax.
Maybe.
He can miss me with that silly character shit. Like I was more accepting of the fact that he didn't want to stay in shape because he said he didn't want to stay in shape constantly at his age for that shit. Like playing Drax with your shirt off is really taxing on the body. And then also too, he was tired of playing the goofy shit, but you went and did a fucking comedy right afterwards. So I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
You went and did that fucking movie with that little girl when that was it I Spot? What the fuck it was called?
Well, either way, he's done playing with Drax. So honestly, this could be his last film.
Yeah.
He might make a cameo or two.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure if they do
animated,
animated,
feels like it's gonna die.
I'm pretty sure if they do anything animated, they might get him to voice it. I wouldn't doubt it. I know he'll do that.
Yeah, I think that's what I think he said that before. He'll do animated, but he won't do live action.
Yeah, because I don't see why you wouldn't do animated. Like
you'd be a stupid ass
that Disney check. Yeah,
right.
that Disney check.
Still gonna cut it.
All you gotta do is stand there in that microphone and say a couple lines and yell. Yeah, you have to do that shit.
Yeah. And another thing I have to say about the trailer, good choice of music this time. I say they did a good choice of music for the trailer this time.
Oh yeah,
he always does. He always does a good choice of music anyway. So
yeah. Well, the last one I don't think it was that great, but this one 100%. The Guardians trailer I saw for like the second one, like the very last one, I don't think it was that great. But this one I think was good.
I forget what the song was on that one. But I just remembered, based on how Ant-Man Quantumania ended, that makes me wonder about who the big baddie will be for Guardians. But can I talk about Ant-Man?
Like I said,
is that spoiler?
Probably the Skrulls, because like again, we need to introduce them.
Yeah, we actually probably need to save Ant-Man for next week since it came out yesterday or day before yesterday.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think we need to say that. I know you itching to talk about it, man.
Well, I mean, not really, but
if you can talk about it without spoiling.
No, I mean, I don't mind. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind waiting. I'm not itching to.
Your mic is muted, Motar. You got a little mute sign above you, so I don't know if you want to see if you can turn it off and see if you can say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Awesome, he's alive. Awesome. Yeah. He has a voice behind it.
So just for you, just for you, we'll go ahead and backtrack and go ahead and bring up your original points that you were trying to make earlier.
Alrighty. Basically, what I was saying is it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. I'm glad I can make it this week. As far as the the Justice League RWBY, I love Justice League DC. I always feel like DC does a lot better with their animated stuff than they do the movies.
You goddamn right.
And I think it's neat to see the animated side of Justice League doing this crossover with RWBY. I've always been a big anime head, so I remember I think it was middle school going into high school. RWBY was this new big and popular thing coming up. I remember Rooster Teeth was doing that. I didn't actually know about the actual guy that created it. I didn't catch his name from earlier. Montagon. But I do want to check that out. I didn't realize that was something that was coming down the pipeline. So I'm kind of excited to check that out and see what happens. And I'm hoping they do it justice. All pun intended.
Right.
All right, appreciate that, man. Yeah,
10 out of 10 for
I'm
the
excited for it. I still haven't checked the release date for it. I should probably do that right about now, just to fucking make sure.
Yeah.
Because I really would like to do that, or at least have a watch party for that one.
So so
Yeah.
what is that? Like a movie or
It's supposed to be a
series?
movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an animated film. Let me pull it up real quick. And go to my notes and pull up the link
Is
real
it?
quick. And
I'm
double check.
curious. Asking you this: is it supposed to premiere like on YouTube, or is it just supposed to be on like something like?
No, it's
like
a legit movie. Like it's going
it's a
DVD,
legit
Blu-ray.
movie. Okay,
Yeah, like
okay.
DVD,
I'm a little
Blu-ray, all that
confused
good
since like
shit.
you said there's a guy coming out from YouTube doing that.
Yeah,
that
that's where he
originally.
started. He started on YouTube.
Okay, okay. I was just a little confused here. Sorry.
Ooh, so it's a movie. It's a part one. So they already got a part two in the works, huh?
Holy shit. That's good.
Okay. Let me see. It comes out April 25th.
April 25th.
Yeah,
Damn. It's right
April
around the
25th
corner.
is when it drops. So the gist of it, or the synopsis of it: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, Green Lantern, and Vixen. Oh, they throwing Vixen up in the animated film. Oh shit. Uh, they are transported to a strange world of remnant and find themselves turned into teenagers. So basically, Justice League is going to be transported to the world of RWBY,
I'm turned into Young Justice.
and they're going
Mm.
to have they're giving all the DC characters multi ohm touches, like basically like unique weapons and shit like that. Hmm, that's gonna be interesting to see. That's gonna be real interesting to see. All right, okay. Where were we at? We talking about Guardians, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guardians.
So Guardians 3. What's going on, Shark Girl? So as far as Guardians 3, yeah, like I said, obviously both of you were thoroughly impressed and amazed with the trailer and everything like that. I was more myself was just I watch it, but I wasn't impressed with the trailer. It just it basically the same way you felt, like how you say like I know what I'm getting. That's how I'm feeling right now. I know what I'm getting, and I know I'm gonna enjoy watching it, but I'm probably gonna watch it one time and that's it. I don't think it's something that I can
Yeah.
probably like later on down the road pull out and watch it again. Not like I can like the Incredible Hulk movie. I can watch that shit over and over. There's just certain movies I could, but
Yeah.
yeah, with Guardians of the
To
Galaxy 3,
me, like that, the intro to Guardians 2 when they was fighting that like octopus thing,
one of the best intros.
and like, man, yeah, like I could watch that like 10 times in a row, straight up.
Yeah, I thought it was cool how they did it from the perspective of Baby Groot, while he was just trying to move
Yeah.
that fucking thing, and you just see them in the background fighting and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he just in his own
Yeah.
fucking world.
Yep. Yep. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now moving on to the Ahsoka topic.
This is where we
So
need steam.
what's going on, Family Weeks? So now Ahsoka, they gave us some updated information on that TV show. So she has been greenlit for 2 seasons.
Okay.
Which I'm sure they can figure out how to do it, but I don't know how they can stretch her shit to 2 seasons. Considering that we know her episodes are gonna be from 40 minutes to an hour long. There's gonna be at least 8 to 9 each seasons, and like Ahsoka doesn't really have a whole lot to tell that hasn't already been told.
I'm hoping it's mainly flashbacks of like a younger version of her, obviously with like Anakin and them doing their thing. I don't think that'll be possible because that means you have to basically get Hayden Christensen back on and stuff. But
I mean, that's not a problem. I mean, he was in the Obi-Wan, right?
yeah, yeah. But it would be cool if they at least highlighted to some degree like that past and what made her what she is and like why she operates the way she does because that relationship in the past was like so fundamental to not only her but literally the entire Star Wars universe. So I just hope that they really flesh that out.
Yeah,
Like
it'll be
her
really
and
great to
Anakin.
see. It'll be really great to see how she obtains her white sabers as well. Um, I
Yeah.
mean, for Star Wars fans, we know how she, or at least some of us, we know how she got them. But to see it brought to life would be a great story to tell on screen and stuff like that too. The trials she has
Yeah.
to go through and the person she has to get it from and shit like that. But
Yeah, for sure.
a lot of us have been waiting for Ahsoka to get her own shit for years. So the fact that she's finally getting it, and it still feels like a long time. Like even after the announcement, it just feels like it's been like so long since they announced the shit and everything. At least for me, it
Yeah.
feels like it's been so long still.
Right.
And Star Wars is the one thing as far as after that last trilogy. Everything after that last trilogy that's been on Disney Plus, TV shows and the short films that they made and the movies and the fucking the Elseworld shit that they did where it was like basically Love Death and Robots version of fucking Star Wars. Like everything has been a hit that they've released that had shit to do with uh um oh man, it's on the fucking tip of my tongue.
Mando?
No, I'm talking about the fucking directors and writers. I'm just forgetting names today, man. I'm sorry. Dave
So
Filoni and
Filoni? Yeah.
yeah, Dave Filoni and the guy who did Iron Man, the first Iron Man, who kicked off the MCU for us and shit like that. Fuck, what's his name?
I forget.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, as long as those two keep, they're just not hitting, man. I mean, they're just not missing. They're getting a hit every fucking time. You hit with Mandalorian, you hit with fucking Bad Batch. I haven't started season 2 of Bad Batch, so I don't know how that's going yet. But you hit with fucking Boba Fett series. Like you just continue to be successful in that shit. So they just need to keep that shit. Just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Let them do their fucking thing. You hit with the fucking Clone Wars season 7.
Yeah. Oh.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, you really hit with season 7. Like when you close that out. Like
Sheesh.
so it's just hell. The Star what was it? Star Wars Legends. That was the call, right? The
The which one was Legends?
Tales of Jedi. Tales of the Jedi. Was that it? What was the name of the fucking series
Which
they
one was
did
that?
a couple months ago?
Good. Tales of the Jedi is alright.
Which one was
I
that?
can't hear you, Steve. Come on down.
Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, I think you are
What?
thinking of Tales of the Jedi because there's no Legends because Legends is non-canon.
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi is the mini series that they released on Disney Plus. That's done in the same style as Clone Wars.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that. I did see that. I did
Okay,
see that.
gotcha.
The Jedi.
All
Okay.
right.
Almost forgot about
About you,
that.
Dub. You stood there, Dub. You fucking you over there being quiet right now. And
He's
you
muted
muted.
from us.
Rub a dub dub. Thanks for the grub.
Oh my bad. Nah, like yeah, I don't know much about Ahsoka, so I had to rely on y'all. I just the only thing I can say is that outside of you know Obi and what Christian Haydenson, haven't seen much great choreography when it comes to lightsabers. So I mean,
Yeah,
I just really hope that they can flesh out some good choreography for Ahsoka and
yeah,
get some
Yeah. Good point.
representation of this newer shit, to just look good somehow without
they
needing,
yeah.
Obi-Wan.
They definitely need to do that with Ahsoka, considering that Ahsoka is like one of the the top tier combatants when it comes to sabers. Like she's known for that shit especially when she gets older and gets them white ones. Boy,
I mean,
she be
she was
tearing them
basically
motherfuckers' asses.
tutored by Anakin and Obi-Wan in a way.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't really get much better than that. And like kind of Yoda.
Yeah,
just like talking to Yoda and stuff. So
That's
yeah,
So
she's
she come out. She come out there swinging that fucking saber around like Ray. I'm gonna be disappointed.
You gonna be fucking mad just swinging that bitch like a baseball bat.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking using her fucking saber like a tennis racket, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, she's gotta come up here come in there with some skill, man. Show us something to be amazed about.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, so they can't do it without some saber combat. If they do, I feel like if they did it that way, they still have to find a way to make the fucking series good. But it would be disappointing not to see the shit.
Yeah.
But now you got me worried, nigga. I'm scared now.
Just ask any Star Wars.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
I just
just
hope
ask
that
any
they
Star
hire
Wars
some...
fan, they'll teach you. Just ask any
Just fucking
Star Wars
mean-
fan, they'll teach you the forms.
Fucking
We
just
say
do
that,
just
but
do
I'm
what
just saying,
Cedar.
them last 3 films was
Just have them do what Cedar said, man. Just go ahead and bring the Aiden Christensen in there, and she got to fight that motherfucker. You know, he obviously still got his moves. Let's just have them fight each other for a second. You know,
right, bro. For
Just
all
have
we
him.
care, just fucking let them do the fight scene and green screen and and goddamn put their goddamn body over it. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Deep fake that shit or something. I don't know.
Like a motherfucker. Oh man. But yeah, the Ahsoka series, I'm definitely looking forward to, man. Like I really am excited to see her story being brought on the fucking screen itself, and just see it in live action and stuff. So I'm definitely ready for it.
That's what's up.
And I hope we get an answer for Caden. Not Caden, Ezra. Ezra Bridger. He's a character from Rebels.
Yeah.
Where he kind of disappears into space, but the way he's left off as where they think he's the strongest Jedi to ever exist.
Oh wow.
And he was just a fucking kid. So, it'll be interesting if we get him introduced into. Come on down, Steam. It'll be great if we get introduced to him. Well, no, not introduced, but they bring him back and tell us what the fuck happened to him, for sure. Him and Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah, 100%. Like, that's what I was hoping you would say, because, like, the last time we saw Ahsoka proper was that scene, if I remember correctly, right? Because unless you count her seeing Grogu, but I'm not sure if that's correct. From, like, the last season of The Mandalorian. If I remember correctly.
I'm trying to remember. I can't. Yeah, I can't really remember.
It's so hard to keep track of Star Wars, man. It's like what George Lucas says. If it rhymes, it's there.
Yeah, like she I think she only had like 3 interactions with Ezra, and like the last one was like, no, the second one was like really crucial because technically she was dead, and he brought her back out from when he was in that time dimension. He pulled her out of one of the pocket timelines.
That's right.
And saved her from dying from getting sliced up from Vader.
Yeah, that's right. But again, yeah, I do hope in this series we do get an answer to what the hell happened to Ezra and Thrawn, because that's been a mystery that's been lurking around for too long.
Shit, they bring that shit up in the last season of Mandalorian.
Yeah, it's like dude, give me an answer to this. I need an answer. I need to see them on camera. I can't handle it. I need to see them on camera. We're in the book somewhere. Show me a panel. What happened there?
Because that was her whole fucking dilemma in the last season of Mandalorian. Like when she had old girl pinned down, she was like, "Hey, where's Admiral Thrawn?" Like she's looking for Thrawn. And if you're looking for Thrawn, you're looking for fucking like
Trouble.
we're gonna figure
You're looking for
if
trouble.
she finds Thrawn, we're going to figure out what happened to Ezra. Like
Yeah.
Ezra probably just been hiding this whole fucking time, just been chilling or something.
Well, if I remember correctly, Thrawn is from a species of alien that's basically like the Kree, right? That they observe what happens in that portion of the galaxy, if I remember correctly, right? You know, so it's obvious it's in that corner of space, probably. Probably, it's kind of like what's it's been implied, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not too sure. There's actually not a lot of information on Thrawn's race. Just the fact that they actually.
But no, there never was. There never was. Even in Legends, there really is never.
Yeah. So I can't give you too much on that. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that goddamn show.
They didn't give us a release date to this yet, or
nope, still no release date. But it is 2023 though. But no actual date.
Okay, so
yeah,
probably fall or winter at that point.
Yeah. It'll probably come out
Comic-Con
right before Mandalorian
Comic-Con.
probably. It's either gonna be right before or right after the Mandalorian because they're not gonna drop 2 Star Wars shows at once. They're not gonna fucking do that.
No, they need the money, man.
Yeah. But I appreciate that, Steam. All right, now we're getting to the part of the show where we're doing the open Q&A. So, if you guys have any particular questions that you would like to ask the panel itself, and we'll answer those questions to the best of our capabilities. Try to ask something that whether it's try to get something that we all will have some kind of opinion on, whether it's favorite anime, shit like that, whatever. If y'all got a question, go ahead and raise your hand and you come on down to it. If not,
disappearance emoji.
his headset probably died. He'll probably be back in here in a second. Anybody got anything? No Q&A. Anybody? No.
Not really.
Okay. Come on now.
Hey guys, I might be a little late to the game, but I just started reading the manga for Chainsaw Man, and I was curious if you guys have seen it. Have you seen the anime? Read it? What do you guys think?
Okay.
I personally haven't, but I've been seeing the uproar about it recently, so I definitely think I need to get into it. I know.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Yeah, I've seen the first 2 episodes of Chainsaw Man. I'm pretty sure. I think they're done with season 1, the animated thing right now. I read the manga. The manga is actually not bad. It's like I would say a weird version of Spawn. Kinda like that's the best way to describe it, and like that I can think of. But I'm gonna be real with you. For one, I'm already hard to impress, so like take what I say with a grain of salt for the most part. But the show was extremely overhyped. Like,
was it?
When the show dropped and everything like that, I saw it all over the fucking community, the nerd community, that hey, it was the best animated show, like had the best animation that they've ever seen. The fight scenes were fucking amazing. This and that, the third. I wouldn't watch that shit, and I was highly disappointed. For one, ain't no way in hell that shit has the best animation out of any anime right now. Where you got Demon Slayer and fucking My Hero Academia. You got people who have top notch animation. That's not in Chainsaw Man. So it was people just typing that up. It's one of those.
What type of animation would you compare it to? Like, or who does the Chainsaw Man animation? Do y'all know?
The best thing to compare Chainsaw animation to, in my mind, will probably be the newer Gundams.
Okay.
not a lot of crazy shit going on, but at certain times you'll see something crisp.
Okay.
But there's a lot of blood and gore in it.
Okay.
Um,
It's not a bad thing.
yeah, it's not a bad thing, but like, it's when people like pumped up the fight scenes, it really wasn't a fucking good fight scene. It was just a nigga standing there shoving his head through somebody's chest with his chainsaw. Like, because the chainsaw's on his head. So it's like, it's not really, yeah, it's not really like fighting. It's just like kind of, you got chainsaw for hands. Ain't much fighting you can do.
Right.
You know, you got chainsaw on your head, you got chainsaw on your hands, and all you gotta do is just dap somebody up, and you killing somebody.
So Motar, what would you say is like the most impressive thing about Chainsaw Man to you, or what would you say is like something that attracts you to it?
I would say, because like I said, I haven't really seen the anime.
Okay.
As far as the manga, the stories kind of got me. Like, I agree with you, with certain fight scenes and stuff. Like, I grew up watching like Berserk and stuff like that. So, like, Goblin Slayer, different stuff. So, like, when it comes to like blood and gore, it's not so much as exciting as it used to be growing up.
Yeah.
As far as the manga though, getting back into it, what I enjoy is kind of just like how I think it's gonna go one way and it ends up going slightly different, or a character that I thought, oh, they'll definitely be there, ends up dying, and then I'm kind of like, all right, I'm kind of getting like a Gantz kind of feeling from it at times, where it's like, you get attached to certain characters and then they disappear, and you're like, all right, well, who's the new main character of the day type of deal,
Okay. That's what's up. So, do you plan on watching the anime, or is this like what did the manga do it for you?
I'm not 100% done with the manga yet. I think I'm on chapter like 100 or 101 or something like that. So I think I still got like 30, 40 chapters or something like that left. I think I'll definitely give the anime a shot just to try to see how it's different from the manga to the actual show itself.
Okay.
But I'm kind of a jerk because certain shows I'll only read the manga. Certain shows I'll only watch the show.
Yeah.
I finished Hunter x Hunter watching that, and I started reading it, and I'm just like falling behind in the manga, to be honest with you. But I could rewatch Hunter x Hunter probably on repeat every single.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is definitely one of those gems that a lot of people need to take a look at and try to watch. Like, I throw it in. I will throw it in the same loop as like Naruto, fucking My Hero, Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, it's like right in there. Matter of fact, it's very similar to Yu Yu Hakusho in a sense.
Okay.
100% agreed.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So it's
okay.
Yeah, that's. I'm glad you brought that up, man. I might need to watch it, but I know they're continuing the anime. They said, matter of fact, the guy who made Hunter x Hunter is the same guy who made Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, actually, yeah. That's why it's so much like it. I forgot. Yeah. The same guy who made Yu Yu Hakusho, the same guy who did Hunter x Hunter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter was done like years ago, bro.
What the
like
hell
years
are you
ago.
doing?
Yeah, it was made like
this
years
man,
ago and shit.
Just comes up to me and just tries to hug around me.
Yeah, it was made like years ago and shit and everything like that. And the Yu Yu Hakusho is supposed to be continuing, and Hunter x Hunter is supposed to be continuing, but the fucking creator can't stay healthy. He keep getting sick over and over and over again, so he can't work on shit. But the reason why he's so sick is because he fucking worked himself to death. In the beginning of Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter and them shows like that, like he was like working like fucking like 22 hours straight, shit like that, like just trying to pump shit out and everything, like, which didn't make sense considering that the fact that your motherfucking wife is the creator of Sailor Moon. So it's not like you hurting for money. I don't know if you're talking, Motar, but your mic is muted. But I see him shaking and shit like that. But
I was just doing a silent cheer, but I absolutely agree with you. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Tagashi, the creator, I was so hyped because a couple of months ago, he dropped a couple of new scans on Twitter, hyping everybody on the Hunter x Hunter train. We're bringing it back. We're doing this. And then I get a Google update like, he's sick again, and it's hard for him to walk and sit down. And I'm just, as much as I want to see those shows continue, I much prefer he gets better. Just like the creator Berserk, he took a lot of hiatuses, and he passed away a year or two ago, and I just don't want Tagashi to follow that same route.
Yeah, if he
he needs to take a page from like Oda. He needs to take a page from Oda, the creator of One Piece, because he does like every 2 weeks, every 2 or 3 weeks, he takes a break, make sure he gets his health back.
Yeah, because like because like the guy who does like Yu Yu Hakusho, like he's probably like out of all the anime creators or manga creators I've seen, or at least that I know of, the ones that I know of, he's probably got the highest work ethic. Like that motherfucker just didn't stop. Like he just kept going and going and going and going. And I think right now I think he's still in that mentality. He just can't physically do it. And if it's to that point, like it's not like you don't have the resources to fucking get someone to do it for you. Do what Toriyama is doing with Dragon Ball. Like create plan out the story. Obviously, you got if you saying it was coming back, you already got a story planned out. So hand the story over to somebody, some other artists and animators or whatever it is you're trying to do. Let them fucking do it. You don't have to fucking be the mule for all that shit. Like you don't have to do it. And right now, he's like in his fucking 60s right now. And Toriyama is almost in his 80s, and he's still trying to do shit. Like he won't fucking let go.
Something about that
his
Japanese work ethic, the Japanese will not give up. But I did hear that Tagashi's wife, like you were saying, the creator of Sailor Moon, I was hearing that she has been helping him. I just don't know to what extent or if it's going to be enough. But, I mean, she's got to be up there in age too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's supposed to be bringing out some more Sailor Moon shit herself. So it's like,
how do these people? I don't understand the Japanese ethic. It's ridiculous how they can push out like 20 plus hours. It's ridiculous. How the hell do these creators get by? It's no wonder they drop dead sick.
It's one of them things that in America we're like, I'll be goddamn if I do fucking 20. I don't care how much I like that shit. I ain't doing that shit.
But you're an artist yourself. Can you imagine doing your work that much? You're an art. You're a comic book artist yourself. So imagining that kind of work, that alone.
I'm telling you right now, I already just said it. I'm not doing that shit. There's no way in hell you can get me to do like 22 hours straight of like drawing, sitting at a table. I'm not doing it. I can barely do 3 to 4.
Here, folks.
So like I can barely draw for 3 to 4 straight. I'm not doing that. But he can have that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like fucking. That's all you do every fucking day. You draw, write, plan, and fucking animate and everything. Because he did everything. Like he fucking did animation as well for like Yu Yu Hakusho too. Like he was fucking doing everything.
He did animation,
which I get it. Like
I didn't really. Takashi did that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, he did. He did. He had his hands in everything, all the projects that he did. And like the crazy thing about it is, like, I get that you do that to, I guess, save costs on like on staffing and stuff like that. Like,
no. Yeah. It's the baby. It's their baby. That's why.
That too, but like it's I get like there's no. I don't understand if that would even be a thing that you're trying to cut the cost and shit like that because of, again, you're basically the power couple of fucking anime / manga. you are married to the woman who created Sailor Moon, and the woman that created Sailor Moon is married to the man who created Yu Yu Hakusho. You literally, both of your fucking animes at one point in time were labeled as the big three. Like, it was Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Well, still, technically speaking, Hunter is still up there with the big three.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's the big three constantly changes. Like right now, I'm actually. What would you think would be the big three right now, Emoji?
I don't know. I just know that My Hunter is firmly in there somewhere.
My
It's
hero.
definitely a top
said-
10, but
you
it's
said
not,
My
not
Hero.
the big three.
Oh, my hero. I was like,
My Hero. My bad. My bad. My bad. All this Hunter
It's a
shit.
tough
My Hero.
call, man. I think it depends on what generation. I think the older generation, not older, but
Yeah,
like the
that's why I
80s
say
and
currently.
90s babies. I mean, currently, I'm definitely gonna say, like, from what I've seen, it's definitely Demon Slayer. It's definitely My Hero Academia, and then for the
Yeah.
third one, I mean,
Kind of up in the air, man.
I think it's
The
kind
third
of a
one's tough.
toss up. I mean, I think there's like 3 or 4 different
It's
animes
still
you could
Dragon
shuffle
Ball.
in on any given day of the week. I mean, Dragon Ball, I think that's a permanent. That's gonna be forever. I think. I don't know if you guys caught it, but Toonami's doing something. I think it might even be tonight, but it's One Piece is doing a crossover with Dragon Ball Z, and then that
And
other
Tokorio,
anime.
whatever the fucking- yeah,
Yes,
Tokorio,
yes,
yeah.
yes, that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
so
that might be cool.
Yeah,
There's a big
like I
three
said,
right there.
right now, I think the big three is like My Hero, Demon Slayer, and unfortunately, fucking One Piece. I fucking hate One Piece. Jesus Christ. But those are probably the big
Manga's
three
great,
right now.
man.
And like
I
right
tell you
before
I
that,
hate One Piece too, and I'm glad I finally heard somebody else say that,
It's
and me not
fucking
get a weird look
garbage,
for
man.
saying, "Bro, I can't." And I'm not starting a show that's 1,400 episodes, and then the creator comes
Right.
out and says, "Hey, we haven't even begun to crack the story open." Then what the hell you been doing?
like, yeah, it make any
No,
fucking
no,
sense.
no.
They're-
The creator
they're
is actually
literally-
Oda's actually finishing it.
yeah, they're
He's
at like what?
actually almost done with it.
They're at like what episode 900 and fucking what
No,
52
no,
right now or some shit.
1400.
1400. 1400. God damn. See what I'm saying? Like that doesn't even make any sense. Like, and it's you got 1400 chapters of going nowhere. It's the longest journey of going nowhere.
You can actually blame that on the studios because of the fact that they do it like basically chapter to chapter. They basically throw in that much. They basically throw in chapter to chapter instead of unlike a normal anime which does like 3 or 4. They basically throw it in like chapter to chapter.
And like,
So it's basically the
Is there
anime
any filler? Or is that all straight like one-on-one with the manga?
No,
'Cause I have
yes,
no
yes. Of
idea.
course there's filler. Of course there's filler. They've got whole arcs
sounds
that
like
are
it's all
filler that I've
Yeah,
just
I know,
brought,
right? Like,
that I brought in. But a lot of the arcs contain a lot of even the filler arcs contain a lot of canon. Some
well,
bits
so
that are
so
usually
here's the thing.
secret.
Like, I've always this shit always kind of irked me when it came to like fandoms of whatever franchise you're whether it's Dragon Ball, Naruto, whatever. It's like, oh, it's just filler. Don't worry about it. Like, no, filler is still fucking canon. It happens in the story. Like, why do people disregard filler all the time for anything? Like, the characters fucking go through something in the
Because
story just because
they
there's
always
not no
wanna get
fucking
to the
fighting
main
or some
story.
shit going on. You're like, yeah, it's not the main story you want to see, but it still happened in the character's history because later on, they fucking recall the fillers.
Yeah, but
So,
like
What's under
it's like
Kakashi's mask?
remember
Another
Naruto?
mask.
Yeah.
Remember what happened with Naruto and its filler? It's like remember like in Shippuden, like they were in the middle of fights, and then blam, filler. We didn't really want to
Nah,
see that.
don't
We
even get
wanted
me
to see the
started on
fight.
Naruto filler. Naruto filler is the fucking worst. Like,
Yes, but
Ew.
that's why people disregard fillers for those situations. Now, One Piece filler actually makes sense because they finish them after each arc or each main important arc. There's usually like a 10 episode filler, just enough to get by.
yeah, they boy. Them goddamn fillers in Naruto.
Naruto
Like I said, I can't speak on the
fillers
fillers in
are
One Piece because
ridiculous.
I haven't made it far in One Piece enough to fucking
You don't
Talk about
bother.
their fillers.
Don't even. I gotta say it. One Piece at the point where you're
Trash
saying
ass
unless you're
fucking
caught up,
anime.
don't bother. Don't bother unless you're gonna plan to stay there for 3 months straight.
God. I just don't like.
Man, I was talking to this lady that works at the Waffle House, and she has like 17 different blinged out One Piece buttons. And I was talking to her about it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm rewatching it for the third time," and I'm sitting there like, "That's got to be all you do." That's nuts.
So so basically, she spends her whole time at working at the Waffle House watching One Piece and defending herself. Is that it? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I would not. I would not. I mean, no judgment, but looking at her, she's the whole piece of One Piece.
He said, "We got a hefty Mitch."
I love how this Q&A turned into an anime discussion.
I mean, that's the point of the Q&A. The Q&A is to kind of help close out the show, give y'all guys a chance to ask any questions, and it'll spitball and shit. Because we had a discussion.
So it works.
Doug brought up a good point to where like how we'll be on topics, and then somebody asks a question and they'll fucking derail the whole goddamn shit. Like we saved the derailing for later.
It happened almost once earlier.
Yeah.
I will just say, while we're on the topic of anime, once again, my declaration of My Hero Season 6 being the greatest single anime season of all time, especially after today's episode. Did you get a chance to see it?
I didn't watch today's episode yet.
What's happening next,
bro?
Let me tell you something. What's happening next? I know what happens next, and it's not. It's gonna shamble what you see in season 6.
Please don't tell me, because I'm literally.
Okay.
I'm not telling you. I'm just telling you. I'm just hyping you up.
But no, what was you gonna say?
I'm to the part where they're like going through the dorm rooms and like they're all showing each other all the different dorm rooms that they got. Like I'm way behind.
It's fucking amazing.
I was just gonna say that today's episode was a rainy episode. Like it was raining all day, and I'm a fucking sucker for like rain in video games or like shows or animes, cartoons. I always love a good rain scene. So,
characters in the rain out on the rooftop soaking in the rain,
like,
shit like that.
like fucking
fruit in the rain and shit.
Man,
Spike's episode smoking that cigarette in the rain.
Exactly.
And then the music starts playing, and you just get the feels every single time.
Yes. Exactly.
As soon as it comes on, you be like, yeah, this character's going through something today. Fucking something wrong with this thing.
Like start to finish the episode, it was raining, so it was fucking sick. Fucking sick. Yeah. And I won't say much more than that because I don't want to spoil it, but woo.
Because right now, man, I'm so glad they fucking started like that. Sorry, y'all, she's playing Hogwarts, so she's having a problem taking on something right now. She didn't do too well on something.
Oh, come on, that's what we hear from you.
We know how she feels.
She was like, "Fuck."
Damn, is that game really that hard? Shit.
It can get hard at certain times, especially if you go to where you ain't supposed to be at.
Well, that makes sense, yeah. But it's an open world game, right? So yeah.
Last night, there was literally 2 poacher camps next to each other. I took on one poacher camp, and it was only like maybe 3. It was like 2 regular people, and then the one in the purple robe. I was like, okay. And as I was leaving, I jumped down the fucking hill and fell into another poacher camp, and they were fighting a troll. Nick, that troll fucked all of us up. Like it fucked me up. It fucked the other NPCs up. And then the other NPCs was still attacking me. I was like, I'm trying to help you motherfuckers kill this troll. Like,
you can literally sit back and just watch them motherfuckers fight too. So sometimes, like they said, as long as you get the last hit, you'll get all the XP. So if you sat there and watched that troll fuck all them up, and then you just got the last hit, you get all the XP.
Oh shit! So it's that kind of game.
Yeah. But
because the NPCs, they be roaming around just doing.
Oh, that's gonna be vicious when they. Because I hear they're gonna add multiplayer to Hogwarts soon.
No. Well, I read an article today saying that they had no plans on adding any more content, like straight from the creator's mouth.
Yeah,
like no DLC.
I wouldn't deny it, man. Like the game is incredible. It really doesn't.
I don't blame
everybody's
them,
really implanting their own expectations on it because everybody that talks about it immediately says, "Why isn't this multiplayer?" But it's like because some games are single player. Simple fucking answer.
Like
some people
it just would have been so. the Quidditch option would have been like what everybody wanted, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
They
I
reference it a
would.
lot too, so I can see that.
Yeah, I would be okay with
Yeah.
like if they did a expansion with Quidditch as the only multiplayer. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, same.
But I still think even if they don't do multiplayer Quidditch, there's no way they don't give us Quidditch at all. Because like in the story, they keep talking about it and bringing it up.
They
It's like,
talk
hey,
about it a lot.
so it's like there's no way you're not bringing us Quidditch.
There'll be
Like you,
somebody that'll mod it in or something. The fan community will make it happen.
shit, they already been making shit happen. Wizards are walking around with Glock 40s and shit and everything, and fucking yeah.
I
But,
love modding communities.
so it's like it's the game. The game is amazing. Like I'm fucking loving it, and like and it has replay value. I'm not even fucking. We're not even halfway through the game yet. I can tell it has replay value just by how much
Yeah.
I do what I'm not supposed to be doing in the game. Like I'm always running
Yeah,
around doing other
right.
shit instead of doing the
And
story.
even like
so
your responses, like how you respond to NPCs and shit, can be different
yeah,
and shit. So
exactly. So it's like I, it's basically how the older Spider-Man games was, where like even though you beat the game, you can still kind of go around the city and still fight, like fight shit around the city and stuff like that. But like
yeah,
in Hogwarts, not only can you fight stuff, you can go capture more beasts, you can go collect more shit like potions and shit like that. There's fucking just like a shit ton of puzzles in the fucking game that you still gotta
shit
do.
ton.
The challenges, like this is one of the first games I've done and like I played in a long time to where like I actually want to do all the challenges. Like I want to go through and
Yeah.
find all the Merlin shit. I want to go through and
Man, I want to get it so bad now.
find the
It's worth
mirror,
it, bro.
the butterfly mirrors and shit like that and everything. Like
Yeah,
they put a lot in this game
Yeah.
and they did a lot of work in.
Yeah.
And I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. I really think this is game of the year. It's definitely a game of the year nominee, but I think it will win game of the year, bro. Like I really do.
I don't think
It,
it'll
it might win
I
single
think it's a
player
little.
game of the year. It definitely will win single player game for the single player. It will.
Do they have nominations for that?
There's a game
But
called Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like, it's
I
gonna be a
get that.
little rough. This year is gonna be it's gonna
Yeah.
be some steep competition.
Yeah,
It's only
some steep
February,
ass
bro.
competition.
But mind you, again,
And Final Fantasy
being
16.
exactly.
That's multiplayer.
Me and no, I think that's single player.
Yeah, 16.
16 is single player.
Oh,
16
is
is single player.
You must be
I
thinking
think-
of the
It's like
online one,
15.
the fucking MMO.
14,
yeah,
yeah.
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 I don't know when's the last time Final Fantasy game has even been nominated for Game of the Year. I think it's been a long time though, ain't it?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
I can't remember.
I think the last one that was nominated for Game of the Year was probably what maybe 13. What was the one with Lightning? Was that was 13, right?
Yeah, that was 13.
That was 13.
Yeah, I think 13, and then before
like
that,
that
I
one.
think 10 was.
Probably 10,
10,
yeah.
10
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like 13 and 10 were the only two I think they've ever been up for Game of the Year. So like that's why I don't know if 16 would be up
Actually,
for
maybe
Game of the Year.
14. I feel like 14 was a lot of
Well, 14 is the
you know,
MMO one.
online. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
saying I feel like it won a lot of
It
MMO
did.
awards. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's continuously won ongoing Game of the Year, community Game of the Year. Like it won those kind of shit,
Yeah.
but not actual
Yeah.
like the big Game of the Year.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not. I obviously would firmly put it in contention for as a contender for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I just think that this is a steep year. If this was last year and this game came out in February, I mean, well, I still couldn't say it would win. 'cause
Right, careful
God of War
now.
and shit, but I know, right? But it's just
and
the-
Forbidden West.
in Forbidden West, exactly. But I'm just saying, like, this year's projection is supposed to trump last year, and last year's, Game of the Year nominees were
pretty damn
were
good.
yeah, they were incredible. So I don't know, man. I don't know. If
I think
if Hogwarts won Game of the Year, bro, that would blow me the fuck away.
Like, and the one of the main reasons why I think it would win Game of the Year too is like it's something new. Like we haven't.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time anyone's played a fucking wizard game?
Forspoken.
That
Like
don't count,
last
nigga.
month.
A legit.
He's like, shit.
He was like, "This
That's
stupid
right.
bitch." Why the fuck you gotta say that?
You're Forspoken. Fucking. But yeah, like a legit fucking wizard game, man. Yeah, the shit got magic in it, but like we just
Yeah.
plenty of games with magic in it. Midnight Suns got
Yeah,
magic in
right.
it, but like a fucking
Yeah.
wizard game,
Yeah.
or
Right.
for those of you fucking that are politically correct and shit, witches and wizard, fucking alphabet people.
Witches and wizards. I'm gonna be politically correct just for you.
But no, like
When they offend
even
any
if like
sorcerers out there.
even if I was to just like bring it up for spoken, like two games that obviously deal with magic and wizards and spells and shit, but one just you can tell there was just so much more love and passion and attention to detail that they really just focused on making one cohesive game. Whereas like Forspoken was like the gameplay element was dope, but the dialogue was off, or like they would have dope cutscenes, but the transitions would be bad. So it was like every reason that they gave you to like the game, it would give you 10 reasons not.
2 reasons to dislike it.
Yeah. Whereas like Hogwarts is just consistent, bro. Like there's nothing that's immersion breaking. Like the game literally is loading consistently. Like you never hit a fucking load screen. Like it's just a great experience all around.
Like I said, the only thing I've had in Hogwarts, it's never happened again. It's only happened twice. Was when the fucking character disappeared in a cutscene. The character I was talking to, he was invisible for like twice, and I've never seen it again. But like other than that, I have no issues with the game whatsoever. Like there's nothing I complain about with the game. Like there's no bugs. I thought I was gonna complain about the camera view, but like because the camera view just seemed a little close for third person.
Mm-hmm.
But I got over that shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because it seems kind of dynamic. It's not necessarily like consistently close or consistently far back. It's kind of dynamic depending on the scene or like if you're riding, your broom or whatever. So, but I get it.
Well,
like sometimes it does seem a little close if you're like in like some corridor type area. And shit.
I've had an issue too one time, like in combat, where like it got super close in combat. I was like, okay, that's not good because I can't see who the fuck about to, your wizard sense doesn't. You can't really see your wizard sense go off when it gets too close sometimes. But even then, like it's still not game breaking. It's just it's not something you got to consistently deal with or nothing.
Right. And they've created a combat in a wizard game that literally can rival like any other action game. Like who would have thought that you can actually come up with a dope enough combat system for a wizard game that not only feels intuitive, but looks good, feels good, doesn't seem repetitive.
And I was fucking with it yesterday to where like I was trying shit to kind of like when you do your basic attack like 4 times, you do like the flick of the wrist, and then the twist and the turns and shit like that and everything. You do all that, and I was like, okay, well, I wonder if it does that with like the abilities, like the actual abilities and shit like that. So like I would stand backwards and shoot it, and sure enough, he'll Expelliarmus and fucking go under the arm or some shit like that. I was like, okay, so they found a way to make it all make sense and flow together and shit like that.
Right,
and
right. It's like as fluid as like the Spider-Man combat would be in its own way.
Yeah, and like timing is impeccable on there. Like you can make any combo you want and string it any way you want and do what the fuck you want. Where you see a lot of other games is like you kind of do the same combo over and over, the same few combos over and over, something like that. But and everybody, you can have your own different play style in there. Where like I'm a close range wizard, so like I do like the scenario with the fucking ring around it and the which spell is when you pull them towards you and shit like that.
Yeah, I know what
Akio.
you're talking about. The
Yeah,
purple one.
Akio. Like I do the close range shit and everything like that, and then I have another palette. I just went ahead and opened up all 4 palettes with my fucking
Me too.
talents.
Yep, same. And it's still not enough.
Because
Still
I was
not
trying to
enough,
wait on
right.
it, but that constant hitting the start menu and then going in there and changing my spell when I need the one that I need for that moment, I was like, nah, that shit for the birds. Then let me go ahead and just open up
Yeah.
these palettes.
You know what's crazy though, and something that I would have loved to see Hogwarts implement that Forspoken did have, and like since we're talking about the palettes, um, switching palettes is a little
It's
tedious.
a little tough.
Yeah.
It's a little tough
Yeah.
because sometimes it doesn't
yeah.
work right and shit. But in Forspoken, not only did it have more spells than Hogwarts, but switching it was way easier because it had a way of
Yeah.
switching it in the game, but it also implemented the touchpad where literally you can just swipe
Yeah,
up, left,
it's
right,
swipe.
or down to swipe to that group of spells. And it made it so much more easy.
I'm watching her battle another wizard right now. She fucking destroying my controller right now. she is
Keep it up,
mashing the
keep
shit
it
out
up,
of my
keep it
controller.
up. Destroy his controller. Make him pay the money.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
but
interesting that you mentioned Spider-Man because just like in the Spider-Man games where he has like his combat mode, and then you can use those skills to solve puzzles and stuff.
Right.
Hogwarts is like that too. Like every fucking spell you have is something you can use to solve a puzzle, depending on the puzzle that you're trying to solve. Like
Right.
you know, one moment you could use the fire to, light somebody on fire, and then another time you need the fire to like, light a torch or some shit,
this is
or
what,
or like, act. Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy. Go ahead.
yeah, and this is what I say this in a good way. One of the reasons I hate this game, and I mean this in a good way, is the fact that there's so many goddamn puzzles. I don't even like doing puzzles like this. Like it's bringing me back to my fucking Legend of Zelda Water Temple days and shit like that. And it's like I go around looking for these puzzles. Like any other game, I would avoid doing these puzzles, nigga. I'm not finna do that shit. That's a waste of fucking time. But in this game, it's making me do that. Like when I fly past my broom and I see just
It's
some
making
marking
him
somewhere.
use his head.
Like I'm flying past, going
Lord
to my next
forbid.
quest, and then I see out my fucking peripheral is like a fucking block or some shit like that. I'm like, nope, let me turn around real quick and look at this. What the fuck is this? Like, let me make sure I don't get nothing special like this shit.
Not to mention that, one of the greatest testaments, me and Moji talk about this a lot, one of the greatest testaments of a game being a great game, not just a good game, but a great game, is one that can conquer land, water, and air. And this is like, didn't expect for you to be able to swim in a Hogwarts game.
I did not. I thought you just die if you go in the water, nigga. Like, or teleport back on land like any other game, like Crash Bandicoot or some shit.
Right. But then like you hop on the broom and the mechanics just feel so fluid, and they were so true to the mechanics of like flying on a broom. Like you don't feel like you're on a vehicle in the air or some shit. You really do feel like you're on a broom.
I feel sorry for my broom though, because as soon as I get me a fucking hippogriff, nigga, that broom was getting pocketed.
Well, I feel sorry for my broom because I'll be on that bitch farting like a motherfucker, boy. Broom turning
stink ass stick, y'all.
Nah, man. But great game, Steam. Gotta check it out, bro.
Yeah.
I want to check it out. Trust me, but I don't have the money at the moment to get it.
You better go sell your body on the street, motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
I second
that.
that.
Pour yourself
Not that desperate.
Oh man.
What you were saying?
All right.
Motar?
I was just saying the same thing. I want to give it a shot, but I ain't got the money for it either.
Man, well, we be
Not yet.
streaming it on Twitch, man. You ought
What
to check out
I
some of our
really
streams,
want to
bro.
know is what lore. How much does it break Harry Potter lore? That's really what I want to know.
It does not at all. It actually adds to the lore. And one of the biggest things going on right now is it's got people asking more questions about certain shit that happens
It's set
in like
in
the
1800s, correct? If I remember correctly, it's set in the 1800s, so it's like so it's like relatively like
it
50
actually
years
and the game actually answers questions that people had in original series and shit like that. What's that big ass fucking serpent looking thing that people had questions about? That part's in the game
Basilisk?
apparently. Yeah, Basilisk. Apparently, there's some information about Basilisk in this game and shit like that, and you get information
Shit.
about Peeves and shit and stuff like that. Like they fill in a lot of information from like the books and stuff, shit like that. So the game adds to the lore, and I think the good thing about it is like the game, since it's a prequel, it's not like you're changing anything. It's not like you're making a sequel to all this other shit to where like, man, you fucked it up. That character ain't supposed to be like that. But like, no, you made a prequel, and you made the prequel so far back that nobody that you knew fucking existed, with the exception of people who were already ghosts. You know, in the books or in the movies and stuff like that were already ghosts, like Peeves and shit like that. Like they were already dead. Peeves been dead for centuries, so like it don't matter what the fuck you do with him. Like
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Unless they speak something they shouldn't have.
Yeah. So far, and I've been looking up on the lore and everything like that. I've been asking my sister about certain shit and everything like that. And so far, they haven't like broken. At least not that I know of. They haven't broken
sister's a big
anything.
Harry Potter fan, huh?
Yeah, she's a big fucking Harry Potter fan. Even though right now she's
She might
doing
hate
the same
me
thing.
because I have
She's trying to do that
Voldemort's
fucking
wand.
boycott shit because of the whole tweet from fucking J.K. Rowling and shit. I was like, Maya, you stupid as shit. I was like, if you're gonna be like that, give me all this Beauty and the Beast shit you got hanging up in your room. I'm taking it down right now.
Right.
Now you still got the Harry Potter books on your shelves. Well, I had already bought those. I was like, no. Put them shits away. Come on, give them here.
I don't understand, man.
So she be getting into the fucking cancel culture shit. It's a little too much sometimes.
There is a tranny in the game, Steam, just to give you.
But I already know. I have the train in reality.
Allegedly, even though I do agree with Cedar.
No,
like, that's a
he
deep
said
ass voice.
He said tranny, not train, Steam.
Oh yeah, tranny.
He said I got the train. No. We weren't talking about the train.
I already had the Hogwarts Express. The way you speak, Moji, it sounds like you're saying something else. That's twice in this show that you sucked it up.
All right, y'all. Well, it's 8:00, so let's go ahead and close the show up because like we actually got Judo actually trying to get up in here, but he can't get up in here because we're in the event. So we can hop over to the actual world if you want to continue the discussion or whatever like that, whatever. But I think we should go ahead and wrap it
let's
up.
go harass Judo.
It's All-Star Weekend.
Let's go harass him.
Oh yeah, it is All-Star Weekend. Oh, that's why it's been so fucking okay. All right.
Yeah. Watching it.
All right, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and close out the show. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of Nerds Combat. We've had a flux of people come in, but we've had 2 wonderful people stay. Pretty sure they'll be here next week.
Appreciate you.
We're here every.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. We are here every Saturday, 6 p.m. talking about all your favorite shit: comic books, anime, games, movies, TV shows, all that good shit. I am your host, Static, along with my co-host right here.
It's the Almighty Dub, and we out.
And my co-host to the back of me.
What up? It's Dub.
Oh, is it?
What?
Third time is a charm.
Small alter ego,
it's
man.
It's Moji.
Also, too, one more thing before we go. We do have the return of the Nerd of the Week spot. So what we did in our previous shows is we would have a Nerd of the Week every week. Every week we would select someone who regularly comes to the show, and they have their own little VIP section over here, and they also get their own little microphone to where they don't have to raise their hand away on the topic. They're like they're like the fourth wheel of the panel. So
yeah, man.
Next week we will, depending on who's here, we'll announce who is Nerd of the Week next week, and they'll have their own little booth and microphone, and they can weigh in on it. And I'll be moving the camera over there so that the camera can see the Nerd of the Week and all of us as well. But yeah,
okay.
That being said, see y'all later. Excelsior, motherfuckers. Mic drop.
All right, y'all. Later.
Gonna drop the portal to the world.
Yep, go ahead. Let me go ahead and get.
Bye, everybody. Take it easy.
You too, man.
Later.
Appreciate you.